Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 1 of Investec Minds vodcast. It is a vodcast that will be delving into some of the major challenges and opportunities facing businesses in South Africa right now. My name is Fifi Peters, and I'll be hosting this 6-part series where we'll be speaking to a number of leading experts here at Investec, beginning with Miss Tharina Bennie-van Dyk. Of course, she comes from Investec Business Banking, and she's going to be talking to us about the mid-market and what's got it ticking right now. Tharina, thanks so much for joining the podcast.
Fifi, thank you for having me.
Let's talk about the mid-market, and first of all, let's address exactly what you mean as Investec by the mid-market.
Fifi, there isn't a formal definition of mid-market, but what we at Investec define the mid-market to be is businesses with a turnover of between 30 million and 1.5 billion. We feel that there's a lot of growth in this mid-market sector for South Africa. It is a sector that will create a lot of jobs in South Africa. And we want to partner with the business owner in the mid-market sector and help them to grow.
What has been the impact then of the power crisis in the mid-market?
Load shedding has had a devastating effect on businesses, from loss of production to damage to equipment, overtime pay. So we are seeing a lot of business owners investing in alternative sources of power.
Transnet now for many people is the new problem child, and there's still a whole lot of question marks as to what happens there. In terms of the logistics crisis and the challenges that we've also heard about from the agricultural sector, with farmers struggling to get wines and citrus out of the country, to the mining sector, how is the logistics crisis and the challenges at the ports impacting the mid-market?
Fifi, I read a stat the other day that we are losing about R1 billion a day because of the failures of Transnet.
Sure.
That is a material number.
Staggering.
So mid-market business owners are forced to turn to trucks or air freight to transport their goods and services, but that comes at a cost.
Sure.
So it increases your input costs.
Sure. Your take on the budget and whether you reckon it does provide any glimmer of hope in its current form?
Fifi, the one positive that stood out for me out of the budget speech is initiatives designed to expedite private sector involvement in infrastructure investment, whilst stabilizing SOEs. So the government is recognizing that the volume and the quality of infrastructure delivery needs to improve. And by partnering with the private sector, I feel that's a step in the right direction.
What are some of the challenges beyond what's happening in the macro that are still impacting businesses in the mid-market right now?
Yeah, if you believe it or not, there are more challenges than just transport and power. If you look at the mid-market sector specifically, the mid-market business is beyond startup phase and they need to scale up. So really what they need money for growth, and they need skilled people to execute on those growth strategies. When we're looking at financing for growth, I think it's important for business owners to consider their capital structure. And what I mean by that is a combination between debt and equity. Now, the optimal combination of debt and equity will not look the same for one company to another. But business owners should be careful not to over-leverage their companies.
So as in not have too much debt?
Not have too much debt. You need a sizable portion of patient capital in the form of equity to finance your growth. When you look at a debt solution, it is imperative that debt solution takes into account the unique cash-generating ability of a business.
In which sectors are they seeing opportunities for growth in South Africa's economy?
So, Fifi, we are seeing activity in the mid-market specifically. We are seeing activity in the energy sector, in sustainable water solutions, and digital infrastructure. 3 other sectors that we are keeping an eye on is the automotive sector, business process outsourcing, and tourism. And lastly, another sector where we feel there's potential for growth is the agri sector.
We're wrapping up, but just any parting shot that you'd like to leave us with, last impressions.
So Fifi, the business owner in South Africa and in the mid-market is so resilient. We've spoken about our strong private sector. We have this mentality that we want to make a plan. So, although it comes with its set of challenges, I do think the opportunities are vast, and we want to support the business owner in the mid-market sector. We are here to partner with you. We are here to help you grow. So as a parting thought, I would say focus on your unique selling points and invest where you are strongest.
Thanks so much for your time and for joining the podcast today.
Thank you, Fifi. It was a pleasure to be here.